Hailey Bieber has officially sold her company Rhode for $1 billion, and take a guess as to who acquired it.
Hailey Bieber just became the boss of the house. She's the one bringing in the big bucks now. She locked in a massive $1 billion deal selling her beauty brand Rhode to none other than ELF Cosmetics. But hold up, why didn't Justin even give her a shout out? Not post, not a story, nothing. People are starting to wonder if this billion-dollar move was all about bailing Justin out of some quiet money troubles behind the scenes. And while that drama's brewing, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were flown out to the UK like it was some emergency evacuation. Why? Because they skipped out on a major part of the storyline for Wicked Part 2. Insiders say the scene they missed could make or break the movie. Without it, the whole project might flop hard. Back to Hailey. Whether you're a fan or not, a $1 billion sale is no joke. That's serious power. What's wild is that ELF Cosmetics had that kind of cash lying around. Who knew their drugstore makeup hustle was stacking coins like that? They've always been known for affordable products, but clearly those budget buys are adding up in a big way. And get this, Rhode pulled in $212 million in net sales over just 12 months, and that's with online-only sales. Now that it's heading into Sephora stores, it's about to explode even more. So, what do you think? Was this a major win for Hailey, or just a flashy way to clean up some Bieber mess? With this billion-dollar shakeup and Rhode heading straight into Sephora stores, Hailey Bieber is cashing in big time. She might not be the full-on boss anymore, but she's still in the game. Hailey's staying on as Chief Creative Officer and Head of Innovation. Plus, she's got a new title as Strategic Advisor. Translation? She's still calling shots, but the ownership crown is officially off her head. Rhode has been killing it with Gen Z and younger shoppers, especially folks into that fresh-faced, clean girl vibe. It's the total opposite of the ultra glam look that Kim Kardashian made famous back in the 2000s and 10s. No more white out under eyes or 10 layers of contour. Hailey came through with a softer, more natural style, and clearly, it paid off. But Hailey's not the only one stacking up cash from this deal. Her crew is getting rich too. CEO Nick Vlahos and co-founders Lauren and Michael are all getting a slice of that billion-dollar pie. Together, they're walking away with a jaw-dropping $800 million in cash. And wait for it, there's even more. They could grab an extra $200 million in stock if the brand keeps growing over the next few years. Here's where it gets tricky though. Rhode is super tied to Hailey's image. So now the big question is, will ELF keep riding the Hailey wave, or will they slowly move her out of the spotlight and rebrand the whole thing? It could go either way, and fans are watching every move. Let's be real, Hailey is the face of Rhode. Even with her new role as Chief Creative Officer, people are asking, is she still going to be front and center, modeling every product and pushing the brand like before? Or is she about to fade into the background while ELF takes over? Well, one thing's for sure, the money is rolling in. As soon as the deal was announced, ELF stock jumped more than 25%. That's a massive leap. And even though they just told everyone that prices are going up thanks to those new tariffs, they're clearly not hurting. In fact, they made way more than expected last year, which probably gave them the extra cash to lock in this billion-dollar buyout. Hailey took to Instagram to share her excitement and drop a polished statement. She said, "When I launched Rhode in 2022, I always had big dreams for the company. The most important thing to me is to keep bringing Rhode to more spaces, places, and faces globally." She added that she's incredibly excited and proud to partner with ELF Beauty and called them a like-minded distributor with a vision to be a different kind of company. But according to her, they believe in bold ideas and innovation just like she does, and they're gonna help take Rhode to the next level. She ended by thanking the Rhode community for all their support, saying she's ready for a bigger role and that the next chapter is gonna be even more incredible. Now, whether this next chapter keeps Hailey in the spotlight or quietly hands the reins to someone else, that's the part everyone's watching. Like I said before, this really feels like just the beginning. Can you imagine if Rhode actually becomes the biggest skincare brand in the game? That'd be wild, especially considering Hailey's reputation isn't exactly spotless. Sure, some folks ride for her and say she's sweet and stylish, but let's not pretend the internet hasn't dragged her through a few messy moments. So for her to be leading what could be the top beauty brand, yeah, it's got people talking. Still, her fan base is showing up heavy in the comments. The celeb circle is hyping her up too. Kylie Jenner commented, "I could cry, love you so much." Kendall tossed in a bunch of hearts and sparkles, and Kim Kardashian simply wrote, okay, yes, Hailey. But you gotta wonder, are Kylie and Kim really cheering, or are they low-key stressing? Like, is Hailey about to dominate the beauty lane they helped build? They might just be plotting their next move right now. Meanwhile, not everyone's impressed with the fine print of the deal. Some people are picking it apart online, wondering how this even hit a $1 billion valuation. One user on X claimed, "She sold the company for a $600 million loan and $200 million in stock. They screwed her over." That definitely raised eyebrows. A $600 million loan doesn't sound super glamorous when you break it down. Brooke chimed in saying the deal might not be all it's cracked up to be. Really depends on the revenue Rhode keeps pulling in and how much control Hailey still holds with those remaining shares. Some folks are saying it's a boss move, others think she might have let go too soon. Either way, Hailey just shifted the beauty world, and people can't stop watching what happens next. Sure, Hailey might not be pocketing the whole billion herself, she's only getting a cut. But hey, a win's still a win. Still, folks online aren't holding back. One person claimed she only made around $200 million from the deal and said she sold her company because her husband's in debt. That rumor's been flying around a lot. People saying she's trying to clean up Justin's financial mess while he keeps putting her in awkward situations on social media. Yikes! Tiana jumped in to clear things up, reminding everyone that Hailey doesn't own 100% of Rhode, so no, she's not a billionaire. And that just added fuel to the hate she's been catching. People are straight up questioning her motives, wondering if this was more about survival than success. Meanwhile, on TikTok, another user stirred the pot even more by pointing out that celebs like Rihanna, Selena Gomez, and Lady Gaga have not sold their brands. Fenty Beauty, Rare Beauty, and House Labs are all still independently run. The comment said, "They really put their hearts into their brands." And I love that. Basically throwing a little shade, suggesting Hailey's move was more about chasing money than building legacy. But here's the thing. Nobody really knows what's happening behind closed doors. Sure, after this sale, she might only be left with 10% of the company, but that doesn't mean she's out of the game. Still, some folks think it's kind of sketchy how Rhode started off focused on skincare, then pivoted fast into makeup. Like, was that the plan all along? And then there's the comparison to Kylie Jenner's big move with Coty. Back in 2019, Coty bought 51% of Kylie Cosmetics for $600 million. And after that, her brand lost its spark. Sales dropped and Kylie wasn't promoting it like she used to, probably because it wasn't really hers anymore. Could the same thing be about to happen with Rhode? People are watching closely, and they've got opinions. Honestly, it's wild. Nobody expected ELF to have that kind of cash just lying around. And even more people are shook that Rhode got valued high enough to even pull a $1 billion offer from them. One user wrote, "I didn't even know ELF had money like that." Same. But apparently, they brought in over $1 billion in profits just last year. They're not just drugstore cute, they're stacking real money. Technicolor Abby even pointed out that ELF is crazy popular right now, and they just announced another price hike. Partly due to tariffs and maybe even to help cover the cost of this huge Rhode buyout. As for Justin, he finally acknowledged Hailey's big win. Kinda. He just screenshotted her announcement and slapped it on his Instagram with zero caption. Not even a congrats. Last time she did something big and he did write a caption, he ended it by saying she'd never be on the cover of Vogue. Yeah, that happened. Makes you wonder if he once told her she'd never sell Rhode for $1 billion too. Meanwhile, Justin's been keeping it chill. Maybe too chill. While Hailey's out here locking billion-dollar deals, he's in the garage hanging out with the crew, not even posting a single word about her milestone. One person commented, while Hailey just landed a billion-dollar deal, he's chilling with his homies in the garage. No big deal. People are noticing the silence, and it's getting awkward. Like, think about Spencer Pratt. Dude defends Heidi Montag like it's his full-time job. Justin doesn't really show up like that for Hailey, and folks are definitely side-eyeing it. And just when you think it couldn't get messier, there's a headline floating around saying Justin backed out of a tour and lost out on a whopping $90 million. Word is, he's now burning through what's left. And lately, he's been all over socials, smoking, partying, and having heated moments with the paparazzi. Something's definitely off. Some of Justin's recent behavior has folks seriously side-eyeing his financial situation. Ever since he canceled his tour back in 2022, people have been wondering where all that money went. He had plenty of chances to make smart moves with his cash. But if he fumbled the bag, that's on him. No one else can take that blame. Now there's talk that he's been offloading assets just to cover basic expenses, and that's not a long-term plan, it's a red flag. And low-key, it kind of mirrors what Hailey just did, selling off a major chunk of Rhode. Was it a power move, or just a way to keep up their high-end lifestyle? Think about it. Even $200 million starts shrinking fast when you're maintaining a $31 million mansion and luxury everything. Private jets, glam squads, security, nonstop travel, it adds up real quick. A lot of people think Justin's never really had the best money instincts, and there's growing concern he's burning through what's left. Let's just hope he figures it out before it all catches up. Whether Hailey's billion-dollar deal was a true win or just damage control, at least she pulled something off. That alone is worth some credit. It might not solve everything, but it definitely buys them some time. At least until Justin gets back on stage and starts bringing in real money again. But let's switch things up for a sec and talk Wicked. Word is, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo made a quiet trip back to the UK to do some patch-up work on the next Wicked movie, and thank goodness they did. That film needs all the help it can get after missing key scenes the first time around. Fans are hoping this means Wicked. Part 2 won't be a total mess. Let's be real, without Ari and Cynthia locking in that chemistry and nailing those storylines, the movie could have flopped hard. But now that they're back on set, there might still be some magic left to save it. The first Wicked movie was a major hit, so if the second one had problems,
a really truthful friendship and a beautiful sistership that continues to grow and grow even through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know. She's getting the fixing.
Of course they had to go back and fix it. No choice. Word is, they're shooting for that Oscar now, so everything has to be flawless. And with just 6 months left before Part 2 drops, this reshoot is cutting it real close. It's crunch time. The trailer's expected to drop any day now, but behind the scenes, key cast members have already flown back to the UK to reshoot a major scene at Shiz University, the magical school that was a big focus in the first film.
Defying gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
I didn't know that was happening.
I've seen it, yeah.
That's really powerful.
Apparently, during editing, they realized they completely missed a moment that was crucial to the plot. Without it, the whole storyline was falling apart. Even though they wrapped filming for both parts way back in January of last year, it became super clear that Part 2 was a whole different beast. It's more layered, more complicated, and the editors couldn't just patch it together. They had to get the cast back no matter what. It wasn't cheap either. Sources say it cost hundreds of thousands of pounds just to get everyone back on set for this fix. But if they want this movie to live up to the hype and follow in the footsteps of that first blockbuster, they had to make it happen, no matter the cost. With the bar set so high from the first movie, the pressure is on to deliver something even bigger. Despite the crazy schedules and last-minute scramble, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were all in. They slipped right back into costume and were actually excited to jump back into those roles. No diva behavior, no complaints. Just full commitment. They know what's on the line. Insiders are saying the cast and crew are all in. They'd move heaven and earth just to make sure Wicked Part 2 turns out right. But with a November release locked in, the clock is ticking. They're in a full-blown race to get everything wrapped, edited, and ready for theaters in time. And the pressure's real. Wicked, Part 1, brought in over $660 million at the box office, making it one of the biggest hits of 2024. So now expectations are sky high for this sequel to deliver even more magic, more music, and way more drama. At the end of the first film, Cynthia Erivo's character, Elphaba, flipped the script and turned against the Wizard of Oz. Meanwhile, Ariana Grande's character, Glinda, was caught in the middle. Now in Part 2, it's about to all unravel. Elphaba's darker side is coming out, and the story's headed into full chaos. Think betrayal, big twists, and a whole lot of emotional mess. This time around, fans can expect even more intensity, especially with a batch of brand new songs added to level up the soundtrack. Ariana teased the film back in February, saying it's very special, very emotional. She described it as a story about unconditional love, forgiveness, and friendship, but also hinted that it's totally different from what we've seen before. And if you've been wondering why Ariana's been low-key lately on social media, that's your answer. She's gone quiet online, barely posting anything. It's a strong sign she's deep in work mode, fully back on set, and locked into making this next chapter of Wicked unforgettable. This sequel isn't just a follow-up, it's about to flip the whole world of Oz upside down. Ariana's been keeping it super low-key lately, mostly just posting about her music and makeup and not much else. But yeah, she still owns her beauty brand, unlike some other celebs who've sold theirs off. As for her relationship with Ethan Slater, looks like they're going strong. Word is, he's back in the UK too, probably filming alongside her. Sounds like the whole main cast is back in action right now. Last time anyone spotted Ariana and Ethan, they were out in NYC chilling with Liz Gillies. Everything seemed totally cool between them. No drama, just vibes. So yeah, their relationship seems steady. But let's be honest, this timing? It feels super calculated. With the Wicked sequel on the way, the team's clearly making sure only positive headlines are floating around. Now, when it comes to Ethan's situation with his ex, Lily J, the high school sweetheart he left for Ariana, things seem pretty quiet. She posted her piece a while back, kind of closing the book on all that drama. It looks like she's moved on, or at least keeping things private. No messy back and forth, which honestly is a surprise in this world. What really has everyone curious now is what this press tour for Wicked Part 2 is gonna look like. Are Ariana and Cynthia gonna bring the waterworks? Pull out the emotional interviews, maybe even throw in some defy gravity energy, and really go full method for the cameras. The film's got a lot riding on it, and they know it. So don't be shocked if they bring all the dramatics, on stage and off. Maybe all that energy around Wicked came from how fresh it still was. They had just wrapped filming, so the promo push felt extra intense. It'll be interesting to see how the vibe shifts now that some time's passed. Either way, I'm hyped to see how it all plays out. If you've been into this deep dive, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and share it with someone who lives for celebrity tea. And hey, subscribe to NoFilter so you don't miss out on the next breakdown. Because trust me, there's always more drama on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.